Hey guys, today we're talking about how you can properly invest your time in your 20s. This is such an important topic because when you're in your 20s, you have time on your hands. Time is such an important aspect of life, and it takes time to do just about anything that you need. Guys, how you properly invest your time in your 20s is most likely going to directly affect your overall success throughout your lifetime. So if you guys want to have a great life, you better start thinking of some things you can do right now to increase your overall success in your later life. This is so important, guys. As we know, in your 20s, you have nothing but time on your hands. It takes time to establish things that are going to create income for yourself and potentially anything else. You need this time. This is why it's so important when you're in your early stages in life to invest your time wisely so you can succeed later on. So why is it so important to start in your 20s? And the answer to that, guys, is because you have time on your side. Guys, there's so many different things you can start to establish in this time period of your life. You can start to establish savings, an investment portfolio, maybe building or starting a small business. All these things take lots of time, and this is why it's so great to start when you're in your 20s. So if you guys are watching this video right now, I would sit back, take notes, and listen to exactly what I'm about to tell you, because this is going to be the difference between you seeing success in your life and not. So let's go over exactly what you guys need to know to gain financial success sometime in your lifetime. So guys, things that generate income also take lots of time to build. This is why it's so important to start these early on in your life. So if you guys take time out of your 20s and use it to build something that's going to generate you income throughout your life, this is going to make you have an overall more wealthy life. It takes lots of time to establish these things, and when you're in your 20s, you have nothing but time, so this is the time to definitely do so. Guys, most rich people have multiple sources of income. Actually, on average, they have 5 different sources of income. These sources of income take time to build. That's why when you're in your 20s, that's the absolute perfect time to start. Alright guys, so now let's get into exactly what you need to do to invest your time properly in your 20s to be able to live a more successful life. Guys, I think it is so important to spend your time reading books. Reading books is absolutely so important. In my opinion, not just any books though. I think marketing books, personal finance, any kind of business book, any kind of entrepreneurship book, any book in that sense that's going to help increase your life by in a financial aspect, those are good books to read. I know from reading books that it gets me highly motivated just from reading maybe even for 30 minutes. This is what encourages me to get up and do things like this, like my YouTube channel, my personal website, my blog. This is what motivates me to do all these things. Reading is such a great way to establish a source of income for yourself, or at least to get motivated to do so. You don't have to get crazy and start reading 1,000 pages a day like Warren Buffett, but even Warren Buffett himself will say that reading is the most important thing, and Warren Buffett spends on average of 8 to 10 hours a day reading. He reads 600 to 1,000 pages a day. I mean, that's pretty crazy. You don't have to read that much, but you see where I'm going with this. So not only is reading highly motivational, but it also keeps your brain active, and this is also very important. Keeping your brain active it's so important because it constantly makes you think of new ideas, interactive thinking with ideas. You can take ideas that you would never even think you can make money with and turn them into money-making ideas in themselves. This is why it's nice to keep your brain active. Your brain's like a muscle, guys. It constantly has to be exercised to work at its full potential. This is why if you're constantly reading or constantly using your brain, using knowledge and applying yourself to learn new things, this will help you in the long run by having an active brain. Okay guys, so next you need to spend time in your 20s researching ways to make more income. This could be anything from a blog post, a YouTube channel, a small business of any source, starting a website, even a Wix site, maybe on WordPress. It doesn't really matter. The key is that you want to start getting traffic to an online source. That could be a small business in itself. That's just an idea. But anyways, you guys need to spend this time researching and developing methods that could potentially make you income throughout your lifetime. This is so important, guys, because like I said before, all these things take time to establish, and you have lots of time on your hands in your 20s. So that is the perfect time to start taking advantage of all these opportunities that you have right in front of you and start making an income for yourself that you can benefit from the rest of your life. Now, you guys will start to notice when you start to build these things that are going to potentially generate income for you, that you're not going to see a return right away. Maybe for the first 6 months, maybe even for the first couple years. Well, that's what happens when you're building these assets. It takes lots of time to build these things, and that's why it's key to start in your 20s. The more time you have, the larger assets you can build. This is also, again, why it is so important to start in your 20s. Imagine if you started in your 20s building a small business and it potentially grew to be something massive in the period of 10 to 15 years. You would then have an extreme source of income by the time you're sitting around 35 to 40 years old. This is very important because in that time frame when you reach your 40s, this is when you're supposed to be in your prime and making the most income throughout your life. These are your working years, so you might as well set something up for yourself that's going to build you lots of income in that time, and also you can create something else during that time period, maybe even if it's just going to a job, but at least you have another source of income on the backside, creating revenue for you so you can live a wealthier lifestyle. Now guys, I know a main goal for me is I want to establish at least 5 different sources of income by the time I'm 40 years old. That would definitely be a good goal for most of you guys, considering that on average most rich people have 5 different sources of income. This is why I set it as a guideline for myself by the time I'm 40 years old to do so. I would like to be considered a wealthy person. I'd like to have a rich lifestyle. I just want to see lots of income throughout my life, and that's why I've started to build these things now. So if you guys have trouble with getting motivated, like I was saying earlier in the video, go ahead and just pick up a personal finance book, small business book, any kind of marketing book, any kind of sales book. And these books are going to absolutely do the job of getting you completely motivated to get up and start something for yourself. I promise you, I was never motivated before I started reading consistently. Once I started reading personal finance books consistently, I got up every day and I started making it a routine to work on something that was going to generate income for myself. Also make it a routine, like I was saying earlier, guys. You want to read constantly. Even if you start off reading only 10 minutes a day, you want to keep your brain active. I like to read on average 45 minutes to an hour each day, which is definitely enough to get me motivated and keep my brain active to do things that I'm going to want to do, and also things that are going to generate income for me. It is so highly important to do these things that I mentioned in this video, guys. This is going to get you motivated. This is going to keep your brain active. This is going to do everything you guys need to do to build income sources for yourself. But just like I said in the video, guys, these things take time. So if you... Okay guys, and that's going to do it for today's video. I know these things that I went over in this video, these keep me highly motivated and keep me on top of everything I need to generate income for myself. This video, you know, my idea of success is pretty much like income wealth. So if you guys have a different idea of success, then this video probably won't be extremely accurate for you. But these are the things that I do on a day-to-day basis to ensure that I'm going to have and be able to generate a good income for myself. This channel is based around finances and all, so I would think a majority of my following would be interested in building an income source for themselves as well. So if that's what you guys are interested in, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Please, please like and comment if you learned anything. Like I said, this is exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis to keep me motivated, to keep my brain active, to keep me doing things that are going to generate income for myself. Like I said, guys, give this video a thumbs up, go ahead, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.